Hello, beautiful people. I am back. I had to take some time off to kind of self-reflect and build up my strength. You know how like when you pour into others and you leave nothing for yourself? Yeah, that was me. My cup was empty. My cup was dry. So I had to build back up in me, what I poured out. Um, And as I was doing that, I realized that life is a journey. We all have our journeys. We all have our different paths. Your story may not be my story. Our stories are maybe completely different, but we all have a purpose. And one thing that I've learned on this journey, just by self-reflecting, is that God has never left my side. God has been there with me the entire time. In situations of hopelessness, he provided hope. In situations where I didn't see light at the end of the tunnel, once I kept pressing through and just kept going, eventually I saw that light. Eventually the light was revealed. Okay? Keep going, keep pressing, don't stop. If you got to take a break, take a pause, but don't stop. You got to keep going. You have to. Just take some time and self-reflect if you have to. If you need something poured into you, do whatever it is that you have to do. Meditate, pray, fast, seek God's face, read the word, join a support group, reach out to friends who are understanding. Maybe join new circles. Sometimes your friends may not understand your path and your journey, but that's okay. That is completely okay. In each season of your life, God gives you your people. Listen, God gonna give you your circle. Even if he got to change that circle up every season, he gonna do what he got to do to get you to the next level. But you just need to be able to hear God's voice. You need to be able to distinguish God's voice versus the enemy's voice. God's voice versus your friends and everybody else's. You know what I'm saying? Because God's voice is going to lead you to where you are supposed to be. So, one thing that I will say that I have learned is to trust my own instinct. You will have people that say, oh, well, don't do this or do that, or you should do this, or if I were you, I would do this. But those are all distractions. So when you are going through something, don't go to people. In fact, don't even bring your situations up to people unless it's like a therapist or a counselor or something like that. But other than that, go to God. Go to God, because all of those distractions are doing nothing but causing confusion. And confusion comes from the enemy. You will hear God's voice, and then you will hear everybody else's voices, and then you won't know what to do, and then you're going crazy, and so God's voice is still, is calm, and his voice is very present if you listen. You know what I'm saying? And God has been speaking to me so much lately. He's been speaking to me so much lately about being disciplined and being obedient and just seeking his face. God has placed so much in my heart. God has created a different version of myself. One that I never even thought that